second set. Into the decider we go. It could have been all so different. Game on now, folks.
You see there just how Mardle motivating himself. There's almost a aggression in his focus.
New score.
That's an encouragement for the lad from Romford. 3 missed starts at a double by Hamilton, and he's straight away out of the blocks.
Well, suddenly, from being odds against, and maybe by some way odds against, he's now odds on, because he's favourite to take this leg against the throw.
Five missed starts at doubles to get underway. That's 6, and that could be critical. Mardle smelling daylight out front, sniffing the ozone.
85.
Yes, and that last start is worth twice its actual value in many ways. I mentioned earlier this evening about the psychological boost you can gain from hitting a treble last start and turning an otherwise disappointing score into an acceptable one, especially in circumstances like
52.
this.
And it took Hamilton 8 darts to get underway in this leg, and Mardle, if not quite over the horizon,
84.
is a long way clear.
Once again, Dave, what a cracking last dart, because it keeps him 200 ahead, more or less, give or take a few, and Hamilton knows he's really got to score well here to get himself back in with a chance of winning this leg.
58.
Well, Mardle was in front early on, but it was all Hamilton with some really picture book finishes. 102, 138, 156. He's hit what? 2 180s in the match, but he's just had some troughs among the peaks, and that's let Mardle back in. And Mardle now looking like he's going to regain the lead, but he still has work to do.
Yes, and interesting, Mardle again for the third time on the trot hit the treble 20 with his third dart in scoring a ton. Now 155 he wants. He'll come downstairs, I think, to try and square this off. 18. Well, again the treble, big treble, third dart. It's been very handy during this leg. 4 times on the trot he's found it with his last dart.
It's like a boxer who puts in his best work at the end of the round to catch the judge's eye.
A bit like a boxer who puts in 2 jabs and then follows with an uppercut, and they hurt, so I'm told.
When you require 62.
So now when Mardle looking at treble 10. Now double top, needs it desperately badly and finds it and edges back into the lead, and Mardle there produced a competent leg, culminating with that dart for the lead here at the opening of the third and decisive set. Now, can he hit the ground running in the second leg?
Yes, because that's the first time that he's actually been in the lead in this match. Hamilton took the first set 3-1, and
156.
Mardle really now is inspired, isn't he? 156 kicking off with double 18 and 2 treble 20s, and now it's Hamilton under pressure, and that's what happens in these short games. The situation, the scenario can change so quickly.
And the double start has been a real tripwire for Hamilton here. 10 darts, he has missed it doubles at the start of this deciding leg, and it could be the deciding factor in the ultimate analysis of the match.
Where have I heard it before? Hamilton going well in the Grand Prix, and then suddenly things start to go wrong. Got to get himself back on track here, Dave, pretty quickly.
8 darts in the first leg, he's had 6 in this leg. And meantime, Mardle's down at a potential finish.
Yes, there's another arrow added to the little line there, and another one. You can see them shifting along next to his name. 9 darts and a double, and yet to get underway. Mardle looking at treble 19. He not necessarily would have gone for the ball had he hit it.
And now Andy Hamilton needs to get a double to start to avoid the ultimate ignominy of a whitewash. Haven't seen one yet. Haven't seen many in this. He's saved that piece of infamy. But Mardle on 68 for 2-0 and complete command in this.
41 left. Now then, he wants 32 here. So there you have it. Didn't intend to go that way originally. Well, he did in that he wanted treble 12 double 16, but he'll be happy with that. And he's got this match in the palm of his hands. If only he can win this leg.
And Hamilton knows he's got to start hitting these doubles to start. He's all around the wire. That's better. That's exactly the start that Mardle was looking for.
76.
Hamilton 2 up in the first set. And all square in the second. So he was just one leg away from victory.
Well, Mardle had 2 darts to win the second set and missed them, didn't he? Hamilton managed to level up at 2-all, but Mardle took the second set 3-2, and since then has been quite magnificent, and still now marching on.
Yes, and he's almost 10 points ahead on the averages, and 7% more successful at checkouts. And considering the big finishes that Hamilton's achieved, that is saying something.
51.
Yes, well, of course, Hamilton had those 9-10 darts to get away in the previous leg, and that doesn't help his average, does it? And that's why, really, I try not to make too much of the averages with the double start. I think, obviously, when somebody's averaging extremely high, as we've seen Taylor and others do in the past, it's worth mentioning. It's a different ball game, if you see what I mean.
Sweat's beading on his forehead. He knows he really is in trouble here.
100.
Takes the ton, but still Mardle you fancy with a ton plus here.
100.
Well, it's like the Mardle that we like to see playing, to be honest. Has been in the last 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. And Andy Hamilton now is the man who really does have to call on all his reserves. I'm not sure now that you can find that extra gear that you mentioned earlier, Dave. That's what he needs to do.
Well, Mardle wants 144, 124 now, and Hamilton's on a big finish, 160.
58. And you require 160.
2 treble 20s, the requisite to leave double top. It's a very tall order indeed.
Well, Hamilton's had 102 the first leg of the match, 138 to win the first set, 156 to level up in the second set, but hasn't been able to hit a big finish since then. Now then, wants bullseye here for a victory to Mardle via the ball. All his fans go wild, and Mardle, who looked every bit the loser at one stage,